My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Elden Ring. We are here at the Grand Lift of Rold. At the end of the... Is the area even going to be named by this? Forbidden Lands. Basically, at the top of this, it looks like we'll finally get our steel so we can see around the area, but let's see what the Finger Crone has to say.
You, please, I can read them. Your fingers, please, your fingers.
Oh, these old sausages. Have a glance.
Turn back. Ahead lies the land of the giant's flame. And the way forth is forbidden. Hear me. The burning of the Erd tree is the first cardinal sin. Doing so will unbind destined death and slay the world itself. Who would dare put you up to such a task? Most certainly not the fingers.
Well, I mean, permanence doesn't seem to be looking so good on any of you, so... maybe it's time. Yeah, maybe the cycle's gone on long enough. Maybe death needs to be unleashed. It's the Destined Death, Rune of Death. So, the Golden Order was made by sealing away Destined Death. Let's hoist the medallion here. I just wanted to see if maybe the other side was going to have anything on it. So the Golden Order was made and maintained by sealing away Destined Death. But how are the forces still manifest in the world, right? Because, like, the lineage still continues. At what point did the Golden Order really take control? After Marika, right? So I guess that means, like, the first generation, Godfrey, Sarosh, things like that, makes sense that they would still have passed on. But then what happened to the descendants of Godric right up until... Well, sorry, the descendants of Godfrey right up until Godric. We know Godfrey was locked away in an Everjail. And they definitely seem to have permanence that way. So with kind of like a permanent, effectively like a permanent hierarchy in each of these different zones, you'd imagine some internal politicking, some internal tensions as well, as new generations rise and do not see themselves inheriting those chains. Those chains, those reigns is the word I was looking for, but in one mind. Ambiguity might be appropriate. Okay. Let's go back on and see the borders of our back. You know what? Actually, let me just go get the steel before I do it. Never mind, I got value. Beast blood. How dare you reward me for that game? Now I'm never gonna get another steel in my life. Okay, never mind. It's pretty much just lining me up directly to go towards one, I imagine. Because there's only one path out of here I can take. And there it is. See the Side of Grace over in the distance as well. Picked up Fire Blossom. I'm gonna take this Side of Grace before we do anything else. Oh! Hello, buddy! I met you after slaying Flying Dragon Agil in Lake Agil. And you mentioned the power of dragons and dragon cults, I think.
Finally, we meet the Tarnished, who would be Lord. Oh my. Why the long face? I fear that you were previously acquainted with this vessel. Well, that is most unfortunate, for he is dead. As for his flesh, He gave it to me.
Oh!
Shabriri, I hope you can make your peace with that.
As for his flesh, he gave it to me, Shabriri. So we know of a character called Shabriri. We know not just through the Shabriri eyes, or the Shabriri grapes, rather, but also a disturbing likeness of a man whose eyes have been gouged out. So that might explain the posture, the person here covering their eyes. I don't remember their name before now, so oops. I'm going to call them Dragonslayer XX2000. Dragonslayer XX2000 has been overcome in some way by Shabriri. I don't know how the spirit of Shabriri is manifest here particularly. It is said that the man named Shabriri has his eyes gouged out as a punishment for the crime of slander, and with time, the blight of the flame of frenzy came to dwell in the empty sockets. So it's possible that he is attempting to hide his affliction of the flame of frenzy, and that is the covering.
You were about to sacrifice something precious, the life of a fair maiden, that you would toss into the fiery forge, only so that you may be Lord. What a horrible thing to ponder. Your ascendancy requires her sacrifice, whether she wishes it or not. But how would the Lord, crowned so, be looked upon? Chosen, tarnished, and would-be Lord, dare to tread the path of true rigor. Spare the poor girl, and singe your own flesh in her stead. If you are prepared to show resolve and attain lordship through righteous hardship, then heed the words of I, Shabriri. Chosen tar, descend into the depths far below the Erdtree capital. Seek audience with the three fingers and the flame of frenzy. If you inherit the flame of frenzy, your flesh will serve as kindling, and the girl can be spared, setting you on the righteous path of lordship, the path of the Lord of Chaos. Burn the Erdtree to the ground and incinerate all that divides and distinguishes. Ah, may chaos take the world. May chaos take the world!
I'm not going to rule the wheel. I'm going to break it.
Chosen to descend into the depths.
I want to know more about our factions as we go on. But I could be amenable to a frenzy lord end. I don't know enough about all of the available factions and everything like that, but man. There's some appeal, certainly. Also in the kind of like nobility of taking the sacrifice yourself. Although how much of that is just, you know, would it actually save the maiden? For instance, like if we are to burn the order and, you know, bring back destined death, is that ultimately going to end up saving Melina? Or am I just dooming her to a different death? I like these ancestral beasts around here. Oh, that's going to be a ancient hero of Zamor. We found one of them in an Ever jail relatively early on. Okay, I'll back off for a second. Actually gonna try and bait an attack and then take a golden... Damn it! I wanted to take an opportunity to get a golden land out there. Yeah. I figured that Holy was probably gonna deal a decent amount of damage to them. I'm easily gonna get this 117k back, do not worry. That's That's mine. That's of me. I'm keeping that. But I need to get a good... Oh, wait. Did I not? I didn't even light it up on the... Damn it. Damn it. And then I picked up the Site of Grace. Oops. Oh, no, I know what happened. I thought I picked up the Site of Grace, and then I decided not to pick up the Site of Grace yet, because I wanted to talk to the guy there, who turns out to now be Shabruri, and then reload the area by sitting down at the Site of Grace in case his dialogue would change after that point. I had this whole plan. And it even made sense. It was a good idea at the time. You know, assuming full execution, which might have been foolish on my part. Doesn't necessarily look like it would have made a difference. Because now we have reloaded the area and... Chosen, tarnished, and would-be lord. Seek the path of frenzy. There we go. I'll back up on you. Take a Fire Blossom as we roll through. Rhymed Rower. So these look like effectively upgraded versions of elemental effects we can apply. Pretty important here, actually, if I can, to avoid getting frostbitten at any point, because that's just going to be an absurd amount of damage they can push out almost instantly. Okay. I mean, yeah, they're using a curved greatsword. I really should expect that they are going to have some multi-attacks. It only makes sense. Oh, the heavy feint as well. I guess I didn't actually block because I just finished rolling. Okay, that second one was a block. I could have gotten my guard break off. Damn it. Okay. That's a really, really good attack to punish. Their jump through the air. This is the easy attack to punish. But I can't just rely on that happening constantly. And eventually I'm going to be fighting multiple of these at the same time, I have to imagine. Where's this glimmer coming from? Also, some more ruins? Yeah, we just walked past a full set of ruins without finding anything in, so I should probably back myself on up. Go check out what's over there. Roa. Invigorating cured meat also. More of these kind of, I guess, ghost trees. And a bunch of ghost plants. So what's keeping them about in ghost form? Uniquely, specifically here. Because we've seen, like, ghostly... oh, yeah, as I said, multiple at a time, right? We've seen ghostly banners out on the capital's outskirts. There's a particularly large amount of them there. None of this looks like it would be illusory. Nor this side. I thought I did kind of give a reasonable check to the other side while I was there. It's possible that literally all of this is being considered some more ruins, in which case... Oh, actually, yeah, it is. The icon is placed on the higher part of it. Okay, so we're currently checking these two levels, but it's almost certainly going to be up and behind here, whatever there is. But best to be certain. Alright, good. Yeah, it's deeper in where the Zamora are holding. So if I approach from the right angle, I might be able to take out one of the Zamora very early on. In fact, I think that'll be my approach. I'm just going to define a boundary. Yep. There are basically no enemies, at least that I can see. Ah. At least that I can see, I say. I really like that they have the sound of a teardrop showing you, oh, you should probably look up, right? See if you can find that item. And at the same time, that reveals to you, oh, yeah, if you're looking up, by the way, have a look at this enemy over here. I don't know if they would actually see us, but... Oh, God. No, that's actually really bad. I'm not going to be able to get it then. Damn it. No! No! It's so slow! I can knock it down, but I can't do anything after that. Did anyone hear me? I just heard some sounds. Alright. Hello? Really? This is such a slow cannon! Oh my god, I really shouldn't be. This is the least optimal weapon to be fighting here. I was actually planning on using the Stone of Garant for the finish there, but whatever works, works. Mine is not to question, mine is to do. I think there's a single Hero of Zamor hanging out around here. Actually, let me get a... Oh! I actually wasn't intending to summon Jarite, but totally. Hang out, Jarite. Okay, yeah, that's a Hero of Zamor there as well. You can use the cannon to try and bait them out. Hopefully they largely engage Jarite. It's going to be almost impossible given the fact that they are a curved greatsword wielder to get them to stand still for a really long period of time. Which means both that Jarite can't damage the enemy particularly effectively, and also I can't after we've engaged. Unless both of us are engaging at the same time. So I can't leave my guy out there to hang. Get him. Okay. Let me get a backstab. Okay. I'm not sure they're counted as a humanoid enemy. They have a lot of similar movements to a humanoid enemy. I would have assumed they were. But most similarly sized humanoid enemies can be backstabbed. At least a little. Hearing some flapping wings, but no aggression. Okay, another Ancient Hero Zamor out here to the left. They're on patrol, but it doesn't look like another one's on patrol. Oh, no, another one is on patrol very nearby. We need to back up for a sec. So hopefully I can pull just one of them around the corner. Easiest way to do that would probably be waiting for the end of this leash over here and then firing a shot. 3, 2, 1, take it. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, okay, so they're doing humanoid dodges at this point. Jarite engaged pretty close to where the other one is. We go for a heavy. Not just that, a charged heavy too. Oh my god. Damn it! Ah, I saw that punishment coming as soon as I couldn't roll back. Ah, bugger. Okay, yeah, Jarite's gonna hang out with me for this fight. I think Jarite's a totally appropriate friend to have along. Although I do want to learn, like, better with my own individual club how to thump them. Might take the chance here. And yes, this is risking 130,000 to fight this enemy because I really want to try and see if I can get through their poise. So my jumping R2 is so far the most valuable way that I can deal poise damage to them. 3 of them relatively close to one another is enough to break their poise bar, and that's a kill easily. They became permeable for a period of time there by weapons. Strange technique. I haven't seen that before. Their heavy feint, which is their attack with the curved greatsword and then leaping away, is a really good opportunity to run up and punish them. Not only because this area seems like it's probably going to have a lot more of these as an enemy type, but also because I imagine an ascended version of these will probably be involved in a boss fight as well. It's a pretty good idea for me to learn them as thoroughly as I can. Okay, let me get Jar right now. I'm actually also going to take a moment to attempt some Stone of Garank usage. It will make them dodge, but what's their capacity for that? Can they do that forever? And if they're trying to do it to me, will they do it to my ally? It's good for the poise damage against them when they're trying to start their frost casting. But it looks like effectively 50% of my shots are going to hit the enemy while I'm using something like this. If they are, you know, again, doing humanoid dodging. Humanoid dodging, of course, being, you know, they're dodging to the side in response. They are input reading, effectively, what you are trying to do and responding to that, rather than just being so big and powerful that you have to respond to them. Oh boy, that was bad movement and a bad attempt to heal on my part. All of that. Almost lost 13,000 for it. 13,000, 130,000, excuse me. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna send Summon Spirit back to... No. I don't even know how I almost accidentally did that. Probably by trying to cast them again. Alright, buddy. You ready for this one? Come on in. 3, 2, 1. Get some. Okay. Apparently I've... It's the attempting to change my dual wield, which requires me to, at some point... Oh, no, both of them were aggroed. Okay, I need to go around to try and catch this one. There we go, knock to the ground, and finish him off. The other is just around the corner. Zamor Ice Storm we pick up. Oh, this was... Oh, it got hidden insta among the reeds. I saw that that was, like, weirdly bright, but I didn't realize why. Guess I didn't question it effectively. Fire damage is pretty effective, it looks like, against these, as you might expect. Yep. And this is one of the futures I was attempting to ward off. Oh god. Getting too close to comfort for myself on that freezing bar. Jarright's not dead yet. Take a Preemptive distance heal. Oh boy. Hang on, back up again. I'm just not going to be able to punish them to the same extent they can punish me whenever I make a mistake. I have to be much more familiar with their attack patterns. Okay, Jar writes down. We did manage to get one of them in response. That's a good period for a follow-up. Unfortunately, it's got a long wind-down time. Again, block, block, and counter. Wow, they actually made distance with that somehow? Ridiculous. I can't go to a site of grace and respawn all of these. That's just a non-starter. A lot of nascent butterflies up in this area. Okay, again, no way down. And so far, again as well. There's a little bit more to the back here. Yeah, unfortunately, very well guarded. Oh boy. Okay. I'm gonna open with the cannon. Hopefully on just one. So we're going down to that area. The other one leashes in the distance. Rotates back. So 1, 2, 3, stop. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I had accounted for enough of the arc. We're going to leash them away from their friend. And then in the one-on-one, I feel reasonably confident. Ready? Okay. I'm going to let my poise damage go down. God, counter. Back off. I need some more stamina. That. Yeah, there we go. The poise damage is enough. Okay, I feel relatively confident with them in the one-on-one now. Good. That's where we needed to be. Oh, that's a fun way to open a fight. Oh, and the heavy R2 charged, as well as a jumping heavy, is enough to take him down onto the ground. I want to keep that in mind for the future. So the place I suspect the most is where the most guarding was occurring. Just like this immediate area. Really, not even anything in there. Oh, never mind. Yeah, I guess this does become the most guarded area from both directions. Pop on a lantern for myself before continuing. Descending was the word I was looking for. I was about to say decreasing. Yes, before I fold this, let me turn the lantern on. Smithing Stone minus Bell Bearing 3. Hello? What do you give us access to 5 and 6? For real? Yes, Smithing Stones 5 and 6. Basically, any weapon I have can be as powerful as my current weapons with just a similar investment of runes. That's super good. It means we are much more flexible with weapons than we otherwise might have been. Still not, you know, ridiculously. But once we get those 7 and 8s... No, it's still ridiculous. It's still pretty good. So that's all there's more. I mean, that is a treasure worth many treasures of treasures. I have no qualms about what we got there. However, I do want to make sure. Interesting. However, I do want to make sure that there's nothing up on the mountain for us to really get either. Just more of the animals. A couple tangible birds further over as well. I guess for anyone using this as their legitimate first approach. Alright. Now that I got a whole flock of birds following, I think that's more than what I need from the area. So if I am going to just run past and leave this area, now I think it's appropriate to go back and spend. Because it doesn't matter that I respawn all of the Zamorian heroes at this point. How high do I really need my mind? I'm valuing vigor and endurance a huge amount. So 2 on the upgrade there for the damage. I'm gonna take a vigor, and I suspect, yeah, that the hero rune 1 will get me across the line here for another level. Is that 99? No. This should do, though. Just bank them all. That's what I really like the the ability to turn your hard currency into liquid currency there with the popping of the runes. That's one of the things I really like about that system. That you can use it to just bump up to the next amount that you would need for a level. So you can secure all of those before you go onwards and upwards. And twirling, ever twirling, into the future. Hello. I wanted to instantly kill that bird so that I can look over this. Nice. Oh god. Oh god! Every time! Why? This weapon is too big for them. You know what I really ought to just be doing the entire time is just throwing the Stone of Garank. It makes the most sense. It has the best arc. It will hit them unless they dodge, and they don't dodge. Ooh, Guide and Gatekeeper for those returning to Root. It's going to be a Catacomb dungeon soon. I did all of that just to be disappointed by a Somber Smithing Stone. So many 7s. It's the 9s that I need. I mean, and the 10s, but let's get the 9s first and then it'll be negotiable, right? Really absolutely stunning them when we rock that bird brain with the giant club. Feeling so much more confident with the club as the choice, just all of the time. Oh, up and away, you say? Very well then. game having just reminded us to look up, what with all the birds and such. Just gonna keep that in mind as we move forward and look to the skies. Couple errant lock-ons never hurt anyone, and they've saved a couple lives as well. Okay. So it's up through that path to there. Okay. Actually, this would be going down. Couple more rhymed rower. It's just, if there's going to be anything on any of these, it's going to be the highest of the cliffs for it. So we're taking a second to check. And nothing for us there at all. Yoink some smoldering butterflies. Possibly evidence of people trying to keep themselves warm up here. It is interesting to me specifically that the fire blossom seems to grow effectively in this place. Despite, you know, fire. But there's all the fire monks. Okay, it's making a bit more sense. And obviously there's the flame giants on this mountain as well. It's just, I didn't know whether or not, like, are we seeing ice upon the Flame Giants mountain because of the desolation of the Flame Giants? Was it their natural climate? Or part of the termination of their natural climate? Just gonna go through. What are you even doing over there, buddy? Seems to be knitting something. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Wait, buddy. I was peacefully killing all of your friends, and you had to come over. Hey, you had to come over here and ruin it with all that damage. Excuse me. Fight me on the Bridge of Honor, or don't fight me at all. Okay. Well. Gravity almost made their choice for him. Hey, buddy. Yeah, I don't know why I believed that I was going to be able to do all that with the poise damage after the fact. I put myself on the worst fighting terrain for someone who has a whip and ranged attacks. What I need to do is just very efficiently and quickly, maybe not silently, if it turns out to be better not silently, kill all of the support. So like here, I think we can probably just take a shot. Is that gonna aggro everyone? Because I can tell one it definitely aggroed. But they don't seem aggro any longer. I wonder if this is actually just gonna knock them off. Please do. Load and fire! Range is a little decreased. Ah, not off the entire area, unfortunately. Looks like that one just hit the face directly, though, so... Good damage when it's hitting the head. I want to try and fire through them, but I fail. Hang on. I know there's an enemy out there that has my number. I just want to see if I can get this headshot. Remarkable. I'm trying to account for, like, inaccuracy and range and stuff like that. It worked out in the end. Come on. Wait, is the last one... Did the last one fall off? The last one might have fallen off. Okay, if you're unaware of me, can I actually just get you entirely off the side? Of course that's not going to put him on the floor. Of course! I've seen some surprisingly big enemies knocked down with this before, though. Man, my wind back up for that is ridiculous. Hello? How are you? I didn't know there were any more of them around. Being uphill from my enemy is not necessarily a blessing. I'm gonna wait until my stamina comes back before I approach you. Okay, you do that. I'm gonna hide behind some cover. Oh, it persists! Oh, that's bad. So that is just a buff they're effectively casting for a lot of the rest of the battle on themselves. So we should really probably punish that quite efficiently. Okay. I'm underestimating a lot of the enemies in this area, apparently. Which is good, because for a while, I haven't really had to, you know, reckon with estimating the enemies an appropriate amount. I'm happy to be reckoning with that again. What? That went directly through the head in some fashion? I don't understand how that works. Alright. Not doing particularly well in this so far. I might be better off at actually just trying to lock onto them still. Yeah. Just get a bit closer and use the lock on. One, two. Excellent. Now there are ones up here as well, and these are the ones I think previously that I've been accidentally ignoring. And I should be fully intentional about my ignorance here. So the first kill we got because of the 25% extra damage you get when you're attacking an unaware enemy. I don't know what's causing all of our differential damage numbers, though. Perfect. I believe the other one actually did just end up walking off the end, so now it's just you and me. Not that I needed it. In fact, I also have a summon available here. Oh, one more enemy. Give me just a moment. Gotta recalibrate this thing. Oh, that's a good feeling. Knocking an enemy through a death plane. One thing I also want to look at here, as we moved past it quite quickly earlier on, is this. Why are they tied down by rope? Their hands enwreathed in thorns as well. Previously having worn a red coat, it looks like. So thorns, red coat, we're thinking this is another fire monk. But it's a fire monk who died in prostration here? You're gonna be very, very quiet. We're hunting cultists. I'm gonna take what I can, leave what I can't. Briars of Punishment. Let's have a look at that. Also, I did get another spell earlier on. There's Zamor somethings. Zamor Ice Storm. Ice sorcery of the town of Zamor. Strike the ground with a staff to create a freezing tornado cloaked in icy tempests. The Knights of Zamor have challenged the fire giants since ancient times. Okay. So it's a rivalry between two borders. Got it. Briars of Punishment, an aberrant sorcery discovered by exiled criminals. Theirs are the sorceries most reviled by the Academy. Wounds the caster with the Thorn of Sin, sending a trail of blood thorns running over the ground to impale enemies from below. The guilty, their eyes gouged by thorns, lived in eternal darkness. There, they discovered the Blood Star. I want to learn so much more about the blood aligned in this game. Arterial leaf, that might give us a bit of information, possibly. Oh god. I always get hit by those, the retreat of the weapon also being a hit. No! Oh, I was trying to punish the buff there, but no. All I did is leave them to get a little more powerful for a little more time. No! I don't know why my attack in the air didn't go up there. Oh! Almost any strike he seems to do to me in midair is knocking me entirely off course. I don't know how or why that's happening, but rude. Blood's building up pretty badly right now. Same buff again. Oh boy. Oh, I thought I was probably dead on that strike. Chug, chug. Block. Look, I got him, but it was not a good battle. It used almost all of my resources. I need to find out a more sufficient way of finding them. Although, Interesting. I think I'm gonna have to ride Torrent across this. I say that because I can see a giant over on the other side. And I'm gonna need some maneuverability if I'm gonna have to deal with the possibility of an arrow. Especially while we're on this precarious bridge. That's not gonna stop me from taking a moment to get some lost ashes of war, though. Yep. I can see him loading up as well. Use a dip down there to try and protect ourselves. I think I'm going to leap this one. Right into it. I never said I was going to leap away from it, right? I just said leap this one. Feel free to take this shot, though. And now it's time for you to die. Sorry, bud. So this is interesting. I always thought of the flame giants and the fire golems as somehow very specifically different. Like the flame golems, you know, such as we just fought, were some sort of harnessing of the power of the flame giants. Are they from the flame giants initially? Why are they protecting this area? Or are the flame giants already long since passed? And it's now the vestiges of this area being held by the Ed tree. I mean, I can see what I want right over on the other side. I don't want to run immediately over to it, though. Especially not out in the open. Bit more right and thrower. I'm really surprised that this isn't a battle arena, to be honest. I guess I haven't stood properly in the center of it. I can't claim that yet. I can claim surprise, but not that it isn't a battle arena. Soulsbourneiring Stone 8. Now, that's certainly getting to the degree that I want, but unfortunately does not increase my jar cannon even a lick. It is already an 8. It's gonna need a 9. Can I get a 9? Can I get a 9? 9, 9, 9. It'll make it a lot easier when I get another Soulsbourneiring Stone weapon still, though, so. Not down about it. Speaking of down about it, though, Soft Cotton might suggest that they want us to do some falling in this area. Makes the user's footsteps less likely to be noticed, as well as decreases fall damage from anything that would not be a lethal fall. Although I also do now just have the cat ring, so I could do that on will. I say cat ring, it's a talisman. Talismans in this game, rings and others. Okay. Oh, I didn't think about it before, but I guess it kind of makes sense when you think about through the lens of the name of the game is called Elden Ring. So, of course, you're going to want to change the name of the equipment from rings to talismans, because otherwise you create this embedded expectation on the part of the player that you are looking for this specific, tangible piece of equipment that at some point you may gain. It's like if souls were an equipment slot rather than just a consumable. Feel like we've probably got a Site of Grace coming up pretty soon. So if that was the barrier between the area of Zamor and of the Fire Giants... Okay, nothing out on the other side. Which, you know, you would kind of assume based on the bridge that seemed to be the contested separating border. then is there another area of Zamor that we're going to go into? Or is it, like, so extremely faded it was one village? It doesn't seem like it should have just been one village for enemies that advanced and powerful. But they might just be ancient enough that all that remains is that single village. Correct intuition about the side of Lost Grace, though. I'm gonna take a squat and say that my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Elden Ring. Series playlist up at the top left, YouTube recommendation down below, streaming past the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. At or above the thank tier, and a special thanks this episode to Eloise. Hopefully you all have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.